McMahon, along with Jesse the Body Venture, and Jesse, we are in the heart of Hoosier country.
I wonder if that little twerp Bobby Knight's running around here anywhere.
He is probably right here among this capacity crowd, and they are ready for World Wrestling Federation excitement. On the Superstars of Wrestling,
we will see the ever-popular Can-Am Connection in action. Young Sam Houston will be here.
As will Nikolai Volkoff.
And we will be joined for the first time on the Superstars of Wrestling by the $1 Million Man.
And in Piper's Pit, World's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan will finally address the challenge of the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
And speaking of Roddy Piper, here he comes. You know, Jesse, Mr. Piper made some rather derogatory comments about Mr. Wonderful yesterday on Wrestling Challenge.
Roddy Piper is Paul Orndorff's manager. He has brought Orndorff to the top of the World Wrestling Federation, to #1 contender status, and all of a sudden, once he gets a shot at the World Heavyweight title, Paul Orndorff acts like he doesn't need Roddy Piper.
That's not what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Roddy Piper is upset, and justifiably so. You know, the manager of the world's heavyweight champion makes a lot of money. But Piper's willing to forgive Orndorff, which is very gracious of him. All Orndorff has to do is show up in Boston this Saturday and apologize.
I'm not sure gracious is the word I would use to describe Roddy Piper. I see that arm is bothering the Cowboy again.
He's a heck of a competitor. You know, most guys would have retired by now if they had a chronic injury like that. But most guys aren't as tough as Bob Orton.
Shoulder breaker. The Cowboy punishing this youngster.
I think he's looking for the superplex. If he hits it, it's over.
Oh my, devastating. go now to Craig DeGeorge, who is standing by with some special guests.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my guests. You know him as the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and his bodyguard, Virgil. Now, Ted...
You've said enough. You know, if all you people have been watching television over the past several weeks, then you know who I am. And if you know who I am, then you know that I'm a very, very wealthy man. And as I look around this crowd tonight, what I see is very, very poor. And you know what that means? That means I'm rich, you're poor, and that makes me a much better man than any one of you. That makes me the $1 Million Man, and each and every one of you has got a price for me. Now I can be from time to time a very generous man. That's right, I'll throw away a few $100 for the right purpose. And just to show you that I can be generous, I'm going to throw away $200 tonight, Virgil. Okay, I'm going to give away $300 to somebody, to some poor person. Let me see the hands of all the people that would like to make $300 right here tonight. Let me see. Boy, we're talking poor, Virgil. Look at that ocean of hands. Let me see. Who wants to make $300? Who wants to make $300? Okay, you. Right there. That's right, you. Come on up here. You look poor. Yeah, you look real poor. Bring her on up here. My goodness, Virgil, and from the way she's dressed, she could use a little more than $300, but I'm not going to be any more generous than that tonight. Virgil? Okay. All you've got to do to make this $300 right here is bark. Can you bark like a dog? You can bark like a dog. Okay. Well, then get down on your hands and knees right here in front of me. That's right. A dog doesn't bark standing up. Get down on all fours right here in front of me. $300. All fours. Come on, get down here. Get down here on your hands and knees. That's right. All the way down. That's it. That's it. Now, let me hear you bark. Can't hear you. Bark louder. Oh, that's not nearly good enough. That's not nearly good. No. I'd like to hear the high-pitched bark of a chihuahua. Now let me hear a chihuahua bark. That's pretty good, but don't get up yet. That's 100. Let me see. Let me see if you can bark like a bulldog. Let's hear a big bulldog bark. Come on, let's hear the bark.
Ruff, ruff.
That's better. But no, don't get up yet. You're a pretty good dog, but that's only two. We got one more dog to go. Let me see. How about a great big dog? A great big Great Dane dog. Now this is your last bark. Let's really hear it. You can do better than that. Come on. Okay, you can get up. Get up. Virgil, do you think she earned this $300 tonight? Neither do I. Because you know what I see when I look at you? I see the same thing that I see when I look around the rest of this auditorium. A bunch of poor dog faces. A bunch of suckers. sucker!
What kind of a man is he?
A very rich man.
He's despicable.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for one fall. His opponent, from Waco, Texas, weighing 248 pounds, Sam Houston.
Young Sam Houston looking fired up here on Superstars.
Hey, McMahon, do you think Hogan will have the guts to accept the challenge of the Giant on Piper's Pit a little later on?
Are you seriously asking me that? Hulk Hogan has more guts than any man I have ever known.
Yeah, but he fears the Giant.
I don't believe that to be the case.
It could all be a moot point anyway. This time next week, we could be sitting here with the Honky Tonk Man as our world's heavyweight champion.
He's certainly going to get his shot, the Honky Tonk Man, to challenge Hulk Hogan for the World Wrestling Federation Championship this Saturday in Boston, and we will see the Honky Tonk Man a little bit later tonight. Sam Houston on the top rope, connects. And there's that bulldog. This one is over.
Everybody knows that Ravishing Rick Rude is not only the sexiest man in the World Wrestling Federation, he's the sexiest man on God's green earth. There isn't a woman alive that can resist the Ravishing one, and there's a certain little lady I may just have my eye on, and I know that I am macho enough for her.
What is Rick Rude talking about?
Hey, I'm saying nothing. I think it's quite obvious, and I think we may just have a potentially explosive situation on our hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for one fall. Currently in the ring to my right, hailing from New Haven, Connecticut, weighing 245 pounds, Jerry Allen.
The big Russian, Nikolai Volkoff, moving out against Jerry Allen. Oh, what a maneuver by Allen. got him. He got him.
No, he didn't.
Goodness me, how close was that to a major upset? Jerry Allen sensing this could be a big night in his career.
Volkoff turns the tide.
I've got to ask you, Jess, we all saw the return of Adrian Adonis yesterday on Wrestling Challenge. You know him as well as anyone. What's going on?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? Well, he's very different, shall we say.
I hadn't noticed.
Really?
Nikolai Volkoff looking particularly vicious here. I think Jerry Allen annoyed him by almost upsetting him.
Oof, big knee right to the face of Jerry Allen. Shoulder.
And there's that bear hug. Say goodnight to Jerry Allen.
No question about it.
World Wrestling Federation magazine February issue on sale now. Step inside the barbershop with Brutus, work out with the natural, and enjoy your free Randy Macho Man Savage poster. Available now from all good newsstands.
It only happens once a year.
Honky Tonk, here we are, baby. The King Heartbreak Hotel Restaurant. You know, Elvis Presley's own special cook here. All the special meals, man. Good old Southern food, Daddy. Oh, mercy, I like that, Colonel Jimmy. I just can't wait because I know it won't be very long before the Honky Tonk Man will have his own restaurant. And all the fine fans in the WWF, those people that stood behind me, they sent in the cards and letters. They gave me that vote of confidence. They're going to be eating at my restaurant. You know what I think I'll have on the menu? What's that, baby? I think I'll have Honky Burgers. Honky Burgers. I love Honky Burgers.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from St. Joseph, Missouri, weighing 264 pounds, DJ Peterson.
The Honky Tonk Man, the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, and quite possibly the next World Wrestling Federation Champion, we will find out this Saturday night in the Boston Garden.
I'd love to see it. Can you imagine? The World Wrestling Federation Champion, the Honky Tonk Man. I love it.
It could well happen he held on to that Intercontinental Championship longer than anyone ever has. I'm not so sure he's as good a singer or dancer as he thinks he is, but he is a very accomplished wrestler, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Just look at him in there with DJ Peterson. Peterson is quite a bit bigger than Honky, but Honky has that wrestling brain. Every time Peterson begins to take a hold of the match, Honky knows how to cut him off.
He also spends a little too much time showboating and gyrating. He won't be able to do that against the Hulkster on Saturday night.
Hey, he's a showman, and there will be plenty of rockin' and rollin' if Honky takes the gold from Chump Hogan. Look again, look at how quickly Honky is able to cut Peterson off before Peterson can mount any real offense.
Honky looking for the submission. Peterson's too big, too powerful.
Peterson is similar in size to Hogan, actually. I don't think submission wrestling is the route Honky wants to go on Saturday night.
Oh, and of course, Honky always has this little trick up his sleeve. But Peterson didn't fall for it. Oh, Peterson rolled through.
Oh, but look at that. Look at that by Honky. It's shake, rattle, and roll time. Hit it. And if he hits it on Saturday night in Boston, we'll have a new world's heavyweight champion.
I got long sideburns and my hair slicked back. I'm coming to your town in my pink Cadillac. I'm just a honky tonk man. I'm just a honky tonk man. I'm just a honky tonk man. I'm cool, I'm cocky, I'm bad. I pick a mean guitar, I wear a blue suede shoes. You ought to hear me sing the snakeskin blues. I'm just a honky tonk man. I'm just a honky tonk man. I'm just a honky tonk man. I'm cool, I'm cocky, I'm bad.
This Saturday night, the World Wrestling Federation returns to the Boston Garden for an action-packed card. And in the main event, the World Wrestling Federation Championship will be on the line when Hulk Hogan defends against the Honky Tonk Man.
This is it, Honky baby. The opportunity of a lifetime. Finally what you have been waiting for.
Well, thank you, Colonel. You've always been by my side through the ups and the downs, and now we have reached the mountaintop. Gold records are one thing, platinum records are one thing, touring the country, performing in front of sold-out stadiums, that's one thing.
You're the greatest, the greatest!
Hulk Hogan, don't you be worrying about Andre the Giant, because in the Boston Garden this Saturday night, when you feel the shake, rattle, and roll, you ain't gonna have nothing to worry about.
The Intercontinental title will also be on the line when Randy Macho Man Savage defends against Greg the Hammer Valentine. Tito Santana will meet Ravishing Rick Rude.
Rick Rude, since you arrived here in the World Wrestling Federation, you have been on a roll, no question about it. You're undefeated, but you have yet to step into the ring with Tito Santana. I have a long history in the Boston Garden, something you know nothing about. I have a special bond with the fans in Boston, and I intend for you to find that out, and to find out that in the World Wrestling Federation, anyone can be a flash in the pan, but only the best survive to build a legacy.
In his World Wrestling Federation debut, the $1 Million Man will meet Leaping Lanny Poffo.
Leaping Lanny Poffo, I must say you have been a breath of fresh air since arriving here in the World Wrestling Federation. But this Saturday in Boston sees the arrival of a man who calls himself the $1 Million Man.
the $1 Million Man. We've all seen the videos, Gene. We've all seen the way this man conducts himself, and we all saw how he humiliated that poor woman earlier tonight. Well, the $1 Million Man son may be used to treating people however he wants. He may be used to getting what he wants, but in life you don't get anything for free. The people you meet on the way up are the same ones you meet on the way back down, and the bill for how you treat people comes due. In Boston, he's going to find out that in the World Wrestling Federation, it doesn't matter how much money you have, because when you step in that ring, it's one-on-one competition, and the better man comes out the victor, not the richest man.
The magnificent Morocco will take on Mike Rotunda.
I heard you talking Morocco. I heard the disrespect, acting like you've never even heard of me. I've accomplished a lot in this sport, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished. If you don't know who I am, or you can't remember who Mike Rotunda is, then in the Boston Garden, I'll just have to make sure you never forget.
In a tag team encounter, Demolition to meet Tom Zenk and Rick Martel, the Can-Am Connection.
Tom and I know what a challenge this is. Demolition, one of the toughest teams in the World Wrestling Federation. But so are we. We fought you before, Demolition, so you know in Boston you are in for a tough match.
Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy to meet Paul Roma and Jim Powers, the Young Stallions.
Someone in the World Wrestling Federation really doesn't like the Young Stallions. Why else would they put them in the ring with these two men? I'm sorry, Young Stallions, but these men have had enough. They have had enough of being overlooked. It's about time we had our shot at the Bulldogs. If the powers that be think we're not serious, then just watch what happens to the Young Stallions in the Boston Garden. This is on your hands. This is what we're going to do to every team you put in the ring with these two men until we get the title shot we deserve.
Also in Boston this Saturday night will be a special Piper's Pit with Roddy Piper's guest slated to be Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Also on the card, the team of the Birdman, Coco Beware, and the Junkyard Dog to take on the Shadows. That's this Saturday night in the Boston Garden, and we are down to just a handful of remaining tickets, so fans in Boston, act fast. On Saturday night, February 22nd, the World Wrestling Federation is returning to New York City and Madison Square Garden. And signed for the card, the returning Dragon, Ricky Steamboat, and he will take on the Natural, Butch Reed. Also in Madison Square Garden, Roddy Piper will go one-on-one with Rick Martel. Stay tuned in the coming weeks for more details on upcoming World Wrestling Federation events, including Madison Square Garden on Saturday, February 22nd. Now back to the action.
This tag team contest is scheduled for one fall.
Introducing first from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing 292 pounds, Iron Mike Sharpe.
These people love the Can-Am connection, and no doubt the people of Boston will love them too when they get to see them in action this Saturday night.
Yeah, well, the girls of Boston should enjoy looking at these pretty boys when they can, because they won't be very pretty once Demolition gets through with them.
Well, that remains to be seen, and Tom Zenk has started like a house of fire here, and now Rick Martel is in.
And Martel has a big singles match coming up against Roddy Piper in Madison Square Garden.
Indeed he does, and speaking of Roddy Piper, still to come here on Superstars, Piper's Pit, where World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan will address Andre the Giant and Bobby Heenan.
I still think Hogan's going to forfeit the title.
Yeah, well, I just hope you're prepared to eat those words, Jesse Ventura.
And the Brooklyn Brawler in there now, doing a number on Tom Zenk.
What a beautiful drop kick by Zenk. And now Martel back in there.
Oh, but the Brawler caught him with a big clothesline. And look at this, a Boston Crab. Can you imagine if Martel gives up to his own patented move?
That would certainly be something. Oh, but Martel powers out, and if there is anyone who knows how to counter a Boston Crab, it's Rick Martel. Backbreaker. And now Zankian.
But the Can-Am allowed the Brawler to make the tag. That's a mistake in my book.
Zank to the top. What a drop kick. The Can-Am connection victorious. Let's go now to Piper's Pit.
And now, Roddy Piper.
Are you people half as confused as I am? You're doggone right. We came on at the beginning of 1987 and presented an award for Hulk Hogan, who has managed to be the world's heavyweight champion for 3 years in a row running.
This is unbelievable.
The next week we come out, we give another nice award to Andre the Giant for 15 years of pro wrestling without a defeat. The next week, yes, the next week, Gravel Gertie, the Aunt Jemima of professional wrestling. Jesse the Body Ventura comes out, and he starts stirring up all kinds of stuff, man. I don't know what's going on, so the next week comes on. You folks saw it. We got Andre, we got Hulk Hogan, the world champion. Next thing I know, Andre the Giant is tearing the clothes off the world's heavyweight champion, and if that don't beat all, he says,
I'm here for one reason, to challenge you for a world championship match in the WrestleMania.
Ain't that the damnedest thing? So, I followed Hogan out. I followed Hogan and I followed Hogan to his dressing room. I go to the dressing room, I'm serious. I go to the dressing room, I'm sitting with Hogan. He's sitting down like this. I never seen him like this before, man. He's sitting down and he's got his head down. And I said, hey, Hogan. I says, what's wrong with Andre? And Hogan just kind of just looked up at me. And I looked at him, and his eyes were all kind of steamy in his eyes. And he put his head back down between his legs. I says, Hogan, what's wrong? And, you know, he just kind of goes like this to me. Then I says, all kinds of people is asking me questions. I said, there's only one man in the world that could tell us if he's going to accept this challenge or not. But wait. I see Hogan. I saw Hogan in the hallway. I said, Hogan, are you coming on the pit? There'll be nobody else there. He just... Ladies and gentlemen, the world's heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan! Yo, look at me. Look at me in the eye. Oh, I don't understand something, man. Look at me in the eye, please. What's going on with Andre? Please, look me in the eye. I've always known you to be a man at least. Look me in the eye and tell me what's going on with Andre. We want to know.
You don't understand, man. I worship the guy. He was like a friend, man. Everything he was, I wanted to be like him. I watched him nationwide TV. That's the reason I'm here.
But wait a second, I thought he's your best friend.
I thought so, man. Like I said, that's why I'm here. I patterned my whole life after him, man. The courtesy, the way he treated people in and out of the ring, man. The way he was a good sport, brother. That's what I wanted. No. I knew I couldn't be as big as him, man. I wanted to be just like him. I watched him move, man. I watched him treat people.
Treating people, ripping clothes off is not my idea. Treating people right.
When I saw him with Heenan, you're right, man. I knew it changed. When he was Heenan, I knew he was a different man. I knew Heenan had got to him. I knew something was different. We used to fight for the same things. We used to fight because we believed in the straight and narrow. And when I saw him with Heenan, I knew it was jealousy, greed, the money, something had gotten to him, you know. But when he pulled the shirt, man, when he ripped the cross off my chest, he didn't just tear it off. He dug in and tore my heart out, man. Why didn't you just take a stake and drive it in my heart, Andre? And you know something? Now that he's with Heenan, it's all changed, man. He's different.
Tell me, yes or no, are you or are you not gonna fight him in WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship? Yes or no?
Yeah!